Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to All Points Sports. My name is Doc Holly, along with me, Bobby Blackjack. This All Points Sports edition brought to you by Edge Remodeling. Edge Remodeling in Franklin Square, New York, Long Island, New York, run by Eddie Edge. Edge Remodeling for all your remodeling needs. All Points Sports, welcome Bobby Blackjack. We're here in Callicoon, New York. Bobby and myself, we're out on the porch about a mile away from Villa Roma Resort. It's a beautiful night. How you doing, Bobby?
I'm pretty good. I was telling Doc I've been watching a lot of Yellowstone lately, so I figured let me actually do a show from a farm. So and see how it's any different from being in the suburbs back in New Jersey. So here I am. Here we are. Kind of a quiet week. Stephen J is right now taking his finals. So best wishes to Stephen on his tests up there. We're hoping to get John on. And like I said, quiet week in sports. The NBA and the NHL are kind of winding down. Devils aren't looking too good. I know you're a Knicks fan, but we'll see what happens tonight. But all points, sport pointing to a Game 7 there, and I believe there's a big game tonight too. Is it tonight the Lakers Warriors game tonight?
I don't think so, Bobby.
No, it's going to be afterwards. Yeah, okay, we're winding down. Baseball is a long season, so there's a lot going on there. It's a long time. Mets are below 500. Yankees are 21-17, but in last place.
And Braves first to 25 wins in the National League. And, of course, Tampa Bay really rolling in the East. Let's see how long they can continue. The Yankees look pretty good against them at times.
Well, Cole blew the big lead. I mean, the best pitcher of baseball with a 6-0 lead should win and not blow his own lead. And then we'd be closer in the standings. But big 4-game series, I believe, starts tomorrow in the Bronx. So we'll see what happens there.
And how about the Knicks tonight? Facing elimination. They were up 9 just a little bit ago. We'll get an update with the New York Knickerbockers trying to stay alive in the East second round.
I'm trying to get the game on. I'm trying to get the show onto Villa Roma TV as we speak. So, Doc, tell us how. Real quick before we get started. So, how's life up here?
Oh, it's beautiful up here. Just a mile away from Villa Roma. The season's changing now from the cold to tolerable temperatures, and it's just beautiful. The scenery and the Sullivan Catskills is just brilliant right now. And we're anticipating a great summer. Bronx Wanderers here this summer. Ross Brown Experience. We have a tribute to Motown coming up. We have a tribute to the Drifters coming up. So we just had a tribute to Elvis. Just exciting times here at Villa Roma.
Yeah, I was thinking today. What if we started doing maybe for the summer weeks, a weekly live pickleball match.
Well, we're getting
people starting to learn it a lot more and playing a lot more.
I just had a session today. We had some great players out there, but we're putting 4 new outdoor courts on one of the tennis courts. So it's going to make it into 4 pickleball courts, and it's going to be a lot of fun this summer. I'd like to do some live pickleball.
Yeah, it's the hottest sport out there right now, and I'm not sure when these quote unquote pro leagues are coming in, but there's some pretty famous people in all walks of life who are wealthy who are buying these franchises.
Even Hell's Kitchen is putting in new courts down in Hell's Kitchen in New York City. Wow. That's exciting. That's exciting news. It's
CBS Sports is having a pickleball league broadcast. Again, hopefully starting soon. I don't know when, but we'll see what happens. It looks like it's really starting to take off, and hopefully we'll be a part of that.
And maybe send us your pickleball highlights, and maybe we could feature some on All Points Sports.
That works. And then also, we'll start building up the Villa Roma TV network and everything. I should be up here a lot more now. So I'll be able to work with Doc more closely and get some stuff done.
Yeah, Bobby's here tomorrow night with a dance party on Friday night. Joey Callahan, headline comedian, and on Saturday night from Broadway, the longest running in Beauty and the Beast, Nicholas King returns to Villa Roma. Exciting times here. Exciting times.
So I remember back in the day when, like, who do we have here? We had Vito at the funeral. Remember a boxer?
The boxer, sure.
No. I'm sorry. We had Ray Boom Boom Mancini up here, who was even more famous than Vito was. I remember one summer they had somebody was here doing another like sport, was having a practice. You know, they used to use the old where the tennis courts are, the indoor tennis courts, as a place for teams to come up or whoever, and it was pretty cool. So hopefully we get into more of that as we go forward.
Well, if you know of any professional boxers looking for a place to train, get a hold of me. I know MMA is very big right now, UFC. I know many fighters just in this area alone, Hudson Valley and the Catskills. Give us a call. Maybe we can work something out where you train up here and we can get the...
we do like the old Rocky style training.
Sure.
You know, up and down the mountains, and all the old style stuff, you know.
I remember at the Concord, there was maybe Leon Spinks was training up there, and in the Poconos, many boxers trained. I actually have a picture with Boom Boom Mancini, his coach, Marty Pasanti, and Paul Carlucci. I have that in the archives. Yeah, he was a little guy.
Yeah, I have a picture of somewhere of him. That had to be like my first year up here was like '82, so that had to be somewhere, you know, early '80s. Because I was a teen back then. But he was a boxer at that time, top of the game.
Yeah, what a punch, Boom Boom Mancini, unbelievable. How about the Derby, Bobby?
Well, again, you're the horse guy, so you can take the reins on that one and explain to what happened.
Well, I could tell you that right before the Derby, and I was making, we have the OTB at Villa Roma, as many people know. So I was making bets for people on the schedule, and I was taking all these bets. And then just maybe about an hour and a half before the race, a guy named Bobby the Fish, he comes up every year. He goes to the mezzanine bar, and he has me make his bets for him for the Derby. And Bobby told me, he says, I was in Florida for the Florida Derby, and this horse would have beaten Forte, but the jockey made a mistake. And he said, that's who my buddy likes, the 8 horse. So he put 50 across the board. He's saying, hey, make some bets for me. I'm going 3-8. I like 2 fills, 3-8, 3-8. And sure enough, that horse was on fire. I wouldn't be surprised if that horse doesn't win the Triple Crown, Bobby. This horse is unbelievable for him to say that. So right before, I'm thinking, I made my bets already. I don't have the 8, maybe in a couple of exotics. So what I did was I put 20 across the board. I have had the exacta, and that saved me for the day. What a race. I was so happy, Bobby.
Oh, wow. Hey, again, I'm not a horse guy. And going off our show last week, I was ready to take Fred Rubino's suggestion with Forte. He gets scratched. Then I remembered I would have to be at the casino down the road here with Mama G and my sister. I was thinking to myself, who's the other guy I kept talking about? Some Japanese horse, number 17.
Yes.
And luckily I didn't do anything because he bombed. He did nothing. So that's as much I know about horses. But, you know, I remember some fun times. Even up here, we used to have, I remember back in the day, they used to have a shuttle bus from Villa Roma to the Monticello. And, you know, I guess it was a restriction on gambling or betting because, I don't know, I was young. I was there. And it was a lot of fun.
And back in its heyday, Monticello was the place to be. Now they only have daytime racing. There's a reason for that. There's really no competition during the day. So they get all the simulcast money. They don't get too many people at the track, but they get a lot of wagering in and a lot of total track handles because they really have no competition during the day. If they were to go at night and go against a Yonkers or a Meadowlands and Northfield, there's so many tracks that race at night. It's very advantageous for them, and it's a great place to go. Bring the family. Monticello Raceway. It's 22 miles from Villa Roma, and it's got one of my favorite, the Bagel Bakery, right downtown. The best bagels.
I don't know, Doug. I'll bring you some bagels from Jersey. I think we're a lot better than. Remember last summer going to the Bagel Fest, and I don't know. Maybe it's just New York's best bagels, but Or New York State's best bagels.
Yeah. Well, I remember going to the bagel festival in Monticello. We went to the Miss Monticello diner down the street, and I ordered bagel and lox, and they actually said they were out of bagels on
What?
Bagel Fest Day, out of bagels. So they must have all been at the festival and none at the diner.
Wow.
It was-
That's why I remember going. I used to do some live broadcasting from Brooklyn on some of the soccer stuff I used to do, pro soccer. Then you finish the game around 8, 9 o'clock. You're a little hungry. Bam, 24-hour bagel store.
nice.
Bagels are very underrated. I mean, I think bagels should be. Someone should really have the idea of opening up a bagel store at least until dinner time. Why not?
And Honesdale, Camp Bumpy's, it's a great bagel, and they flip the bagel inside out, and they put breakfast sandwich, or they make a sandwich inside, and then they grill it. The flat side, they turn it inside out. It's so good, Bobby.
Oof.
Camp Bumpy's.
Well, I can't eat anymore. I'm on my fasting, so I'm past my time to eat anymore. If Mama G's watching, she'll be happy about that.
So let's get some updates on Bobby. Let's get a New York Knicks score against the Miami Heat. Knicks at home. It's do or die for the Knicks.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'm just finishing up my syndication duties here. Oh, we got a comment. There you go. My buddy Scotty from lives out in New Mexico now. Exactly. He's a good bagel. So why is that? I mean, you travel all around the country, right?
It's the water, Bobby.
Well, I lived in Vegas, right? No good bagels, no good pizza. Like, is it really the water? Is the water that great here that makes those two products?
I think some of the places actually have the water shipped from New York I know some places in Florida that have it shipped to make the pizza dough. And it's just something about even California. It's squishy. I was in South Dakota. You go into get a loaf of Italian bread. It's not firm on the outside. It's squishy like a hot dog roll. Italian bread got to be crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. It's got to have some texture to it. Maybe a nice semolina. Oh.
I'm hungry. I can't eat more today. I'm done. I got to go to bed like I go to bed now, and I was talking to Mike about it. Mike, our buddy Mike Shapiro about this before we're having dinner together. I'm like, what's going to happen now? All right, I'm into it. He's doing a healthy thing. I'm doing a healthy thing now, and I'm like, what's gonna happen like in the summer when somebody wants to buy me a drink? I'm gonna say no because I'm fasting right now. So there's got to be something out there I can maybe sip and not, really go off my.
Maybe kale juice.
Kale juice. I don't think our bar has kale juice. Oh, man.
Yeah, we have the summer coming up, Villa Roma, and we'll be doing this show. We're going to be changing the time on the show, of course, with all the nighttime festivities going on. So some suggestions, even if you put in the suggestion box, who you'd like to see on All Point Sports. We've had Chris Monty, the comedian. We've had Freddie Rubino, Adam Iseloff, a great Knicks fan.
He's probably there right now.
Yeah, he's probably at the Garden right now, Adam. You need any homes in Westchester, call Adam, 914-HOMES. And our friends, Peter's birthday, just the other day.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Peter Servideo, the owner of Peter's Meat Market on Arthur Avenue, 2344 Arthur Avenue, 718-367-3136, Peter's Meat Market. And our good friends in Brooklyn just gave a shout out just the other day through our good friend Tommy Lexus at L&B Spumoni Gardens, 86th Street, Brooklyn. Great pizza, not just pizza though, great Italian food, homemade spumoni and ice cream. And that's just a great place to be. You've been to L&B?
No, I was in Brooklyn to DJ a few weeks ago. I only have a few corporate clients left back home. Out on the, as a DJ up here now. So it's the second one we had. We had one like 5 days before Christmas last year, week before Christmas, outdoors. So he does like these construction. You see a news article. They have like the groundbreaking ceremony with the hard hats and the shovel. So we were the DJ behind playing the background music. But we froze our tails off in December in the Bronx. So we had one a few weeks ago, actually in Brooklyn, and my partner Frank was with me, and he had to take his dad somewhere, I think to the doctor or something, so he had to get home quickly. Or else I was like, you know what? We're in Brooklyn now. I keep hearing about L&B's Maloney's. Everybody keeps talking about it. And I'm a Jersey guy with our pizza places that are great. So I got to take you to Patsy's one day and Lodi Pizza, two of my favorites around my house. I'm like right between both of them. So yeah, I'm dying to try L&B's Maloney's. Everybody in New York, everybody in Villaroma talks about this place. I got to try it.
It's a little different. The Sicilian pie, it's a different Sicilian pie than what you get up here. Is the cheese is underneath, the sauce is on top, then they put a little Parmesan to encrust it, and it's just amazing. Amazing.
By the way, our friend Scott there mentioned, have you ever had Taylor ham?
Yes.
What do you think of it?
Yeah, they have it right at Dutton's. We'll be heading there in a couple of days.
Oh, they have Taylor ham?
Yes.
Okay, so good to know when I'm up here in the summer. I love Taylor ham. Matter of fact, usually coming up on the 20th, my dad's birthday, his favorite sandwich growing up was a Taylor ham and ketchup on a bagel. That's my favorite sandwich. Every day on his birthday, I always had that. And I'll actually be, based on my schedule next week, I'll actually be home for that. But yeah, good to know there's somewhere up here, Piccolinos, I haven't heard of them, that would have Taylor ham. Which, is a big Jersey debate. Is it Taylor ham or is it pork roll?
Well, have you heard of scrapple?
No, I heard of it. What is that?
That's a Pennsylvania thing more. I don't know. I don't know if I really like scrapple, but it's pretty tasty, peppery.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a meat. It's kind of pork product.
Okay. I'm also a fan of. I have maybe once a year like corned beef hash.
Oh, very nice.
I like that. It's not too bad. Yeah, not a lot because repeat on you.
Well, they have the canned corned beef hash, which is maybe a little salty, but it's nothing like the homemade. And the homemade, my favorite place to go to for homemade corned beef and hash.
Not bad. I had the wrong brand here. I'm so sorry.
Stan's.
I had the wrong brand here. Hold on. My bad. Wrong show. Let me change that while you talk. Yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe us have our little escape. Of course, as you know, as we remember a lot this year, I was able to have a couple of great lunch and breakfasts with our buddy Tom, who's passed on. So I'm looking to take over that a little bit and have some breakfast here and there. Of course, Reese's Cups is awesome, and he's the one that actually introduced me to that place.
Yeah, Reese's Cup. Give two shout outs. These are both connected through Tom Brennan. This is how we found out. I believe he has a relative,
his
cousin, Reese's Cup, right down the street, North Branch. Wow, the pancakes. I love pancakes, and these pancakes are huge. They're very, very fluffy, great food there. Reese's Cup and the coffee, delicious.
Yes. I concur with that.
In between here in Honesdale, it just opened up last Sunday, and if you're in the area, please support local, probably the best ice cream in the area, Wahoo Ice Cream. It's maybe 20 minutes from Villaroma on the way to Honesdale, out in the middle of nowhere. And they make their own ice cream sandwiches. They have burgers and little pizzas and but shakes. Oh, I had ice cream in there on Sunday, opening day. This place was packed, Bobby. We'll take an ice cream.
That's exactly why I'm doing this. I'm doing now because I'm getting ready for, being healthy over the summer, but not, coming into it. Last year about this time we started calling me about.
Sure.
And I wasn't prepared for it, physically. Now I know what to expect. I'm trying to get a head start on it. And my buddy Rich Borick. Rich is a week 31 veteran, and his wife and his boys. Oh, his sons are the top bocce players at week 31.
Very nice.
So, hey, Rich, thanks for checking in.
So let's clear up something right now, Bobby. As people know, I put out there that the Bronx Wanderers will return to Villaroma on July 3rd. That's the day before fireworks on July 4th. And the big question is, do we have to pay for tickets if we're staying at Villaroma? No. If you're on timeshare, and this is your timeshare week here at Villaroma, you go into the show. Also, if you're staying here as a regular guest, you go into the show. If you're not staying at Villa Roma, the ticket price is $30. If you're a condo owner or not staying at Villa Roma and you want to do dinner and show, $75, and that's with preferred seating, Bobby. So
Now, is it the whole band coming back? Is it? Are they still the same?
that I don't know who's on tour with them, but
Okay.
I know Vin and Vin A will be here. It's going to be exciting to have the Bronx Wanderers back.
Oh yeah, and my schedule is the same as yours in the summer, right? We barely have any day off. We have one day off a week, Sunday. That's Sunday night. If I'm not on the schedule, I don't know, because I know it's a holiday weekend. Steve Miller Band's playing Bethel.
Oh, very nice.
That's the one Sunday. There's actually a decent concert that, if I'm not working, I might actually go to.
Now, what day is that?
Sunday, July 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah, because Tuesday's the 4th. So Tuesday will be our fireworks special, right?
And that's check-in day, of course, July 2nd. So that's the changeover day. And, we're looking forward to a great summer. I know Katrina Love and Andy, he's back healthy, so they'll be here. And we're going to be rolling. We got some new activities. We got the new pickleball courts. We have the nice beach volleyball, the sand volleyball, all primed and ready. They're working on the outdoor pool. And we're going to be having some fun here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was actually relaxing doing some business stuff on the balcony of the mezzanine. And I saw the people out there by the pool getting ready. If you haven't figured it out, me and Doc are actually together. He's right there, and I'm right, to his left. So we're on the porch here. We're just hanging out. I'm up to work, obviously. So this might be the norm going forward after, in June especially, when we start getting even more busier. But I did notice there's definitely a buzz here. You drive around, there's definitely more cars, better timeshare units. Of course, great golf weather. It's perfect golf weather right now because it's not hot, it's not humid, it's.
And the new irrigation system going into the golf course. So this going forward that's what they call huge, because the course is in pristine shape. And without that irrigation system, it holds a lot of water. But with this irrigation system going in, wow! I see all the equipment.
Yeah, I can
going on.
I was gonna say I concur. Right. When I drive past you and make a right here and go down to Pex, you see the all the pipes and getting ready to be installed. So
all new tee boxes last year. I saw them out there working today, and a ton of golfers over the past few days as the weather really has taken a turn for the best weather up here in the Catskills. Cool evenings. It's not even that cool, right, Bobby? It's not.
No, I wore this out today, my hoodie, thinking like tomorrow's supposed to be one day. So I figured I'll save my shorts for tomorrow. And you know what? I got a little stuffy out there. But you know what? Being I was in the balcony and not facing the sun, it was a little cool there. So it was actually fine. And right now, I can walk, what is it, May 10th? And I'm warm with this. I'm fine with this. So we're getting there. I remember Christmas weekend when it was minus 20, minus 30 wind chills. I walked from the door to my room in a t-shirt because I don't want to wear a jacket anywhere. But I remember those cold days, so this is an exact opposite of that. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions for us here or during any show, and you're on Facebook, as you see, my buddy Scott in New Mexico checking us in again. Thanks, Scott. He said some real chili. I'm a chili fan, but not with onions in it. I'm not an onion guy. And of course, Rich, my buddy Rich, Week 31. His family's a longtime guest here.
Yeah, Villa Romans, and we have some new guests that have come through in the past couple of weeks that are really loving it up here, and they've already booked back. It's tough to get here in the summer, as you know, but check out the Villa Roma Timeshare Family Fun on Facebook. Margaret Modis runs that site, and you can see sometimes people maybe getting rid of a few days of their week, renting out a week, or looking for a week. That's the best place to find it right there. Villa Roma Timeshare Family Fun. That's the page that I endorse to find out some great information.
Yeah, I think it's got. Yes, I do. Like I was mentioning, I do ALS walks. I do about 4 to 5 a year, depending on when they need us or a band. And Unfortunately, Scott's mom's to come to ALS, and I've never seen her at walks. When she was there. So yeah, definitely, we love the cause, love raising money for that foundation, and yeah, it's all in Roma. I've been here as a guest 41 years now, and now I work here, so it's pretty cool. All right, let's get back to sports a little bit, Doc. Who as of right now, who has? Here's all right, Adam. All right, you'll get game 5, okay? You still got to beat Miami 3 times. It's not happening.
We will. Oh, Adam just commented?
Yeah, right there, yeah.
Yeah. Are you at the Garden, Adam?
Adam, are you there at the game? Well, let us know. Oh, as I mentioned before, you see Scott and Rich and now Adam. You want to make a comment about what we're talking about? Just make it. There's ways of doing it, and there's proof right there. You get more involved with the show. You can interact with us. What's going to be cool in the summer, Doc, is I think we can probably have a situation where we have a little bit of a live audience in front of us.
Very nice.
I might be able to. I'm thinking about between me, you, and Mike. We'll figure it out. I do have a wireless mic home, so maybe we'll bring that in and actually have live questions from the audience.
Sure.
Yeah, so that'll be good. So Adam, hats off. Knicks played a great game today. They're up by 13 last time I checked. But hey, you got beat Miami 3 times now. Yeah, I'm not a big LeBron fan myself, Scott. You with that? And also,
no, I'm
Giants
thinking
fan.
2 times now. After tonight, only 2 more.
Well, yeah, they're down 3-1, so they got to win 3 times.
Sure.
And it's possible. It's possible. It's possible.
You don't think tonight's a gimme?
It is. I mean, they're up big now, I think. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We'll see about that. But you know what? One thing I don't want to see a Lakers-Knicks finals. I'm turning off then. I mean, I might have to root for the Knicks there. That's how much I hate LeBron James. I might have to root for, the Knicks at that point.
What does he say?
That's Rich. Go New York. Go.
Yeah.
Rich is a big Dolphins fan.
Dolphins, Mike White. Picked him up in the offseason. Mike White. I expect big things from Mike White in Miami.
Rich, he's a big Mike White fan. Let me tell you, we're about to get him a jersey to wear this summer. He loves Mike White.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, and Rich could probably attest to this, Mike White put himself in a great position. You know what? He's never going to be the guy to get the uber money like all these quarterbacks get now. But he's won enough, and he showed enough moxie to be that guy like a Chase Daniels who could make $40, $50, $60 million in this league just by being a backup. And he can throw, starter.
And he can throw for 300. Not too many quarterbacks can say they can throw for 300 yards in the NFL.
And he goes to a Miami team where Tua is a constant question mark. And Tua, I'm telling you, Tua, 1 or 2 more hits to the head, and someone's got to say, stop. Stop. You can't play anymore, guy. I mean, you love that you have heart and grit and whatnot, but you got to stop. You're going to ruin your rest of your life. Life's more important than playing football.
Well, I can tell you that's
you made enough money. You made enough money now to at least support your family for the next generation or 2.
But I saw that with Daniel Jones for the Giants last season. Is this guy's trying to run a lot more? Maybe he's trying to get the contract and all, but you're taking a chance running and getting hit constantly. It's going to take its toll after a while. Not too many quarterbacks last a long time getting hit like that.
Yeah.
Mike Vick is a good example of that. He's great in college, running around away from everybody, but when he got to the pros, a few good hits, and he wasn't in every game.
Have you seen the leaks from the NFL today? So Black Friday, I was here Black Friday last year. Jets played the Dolphins.
Very nice.
And I noticed that Christmas Day, Giants versus Eagles. That's already been leaked already.
And we'll put it on the big screen, of course. We'll put those games right on the big screen here at Villa Roma, and we'll celebrate the NFL. We'll celebrate your favorite team right here. Bring up your jerseys. We'll put on the soccer games. We'll put on the Euro. We'll do it all right here at Villaroma. We'll make sure that you're well taken care of away from home, away from your home team sports.
By the way, while I'm a big, huge fan of the Italian national team, I have yet to pick a Serie A team in Italy. But did you see who won last week? Napoli. First time in like 30-something years that Napoli won the Serie A championship.
Very
and
nice.
I'm half Albadan, so it's like, okay, but I'm still got to find a team to root for. See, I like the national team because it's pretty much all Italians. Most of them. So it's fun to watch. But I got to find a Serie A team to start rooting for.
What, unlike the Italian baseball team, Bobby?
We read that schedule. It was maybe 1/3 Italian last names.
And the big news, he did win a game for the Italian national team, and he just announced his retirement, Matt Harvey.
Matt Harvey, yes. You know that means a lot of Italian mothers are,
yes.
yeah, and not Italian dads. That's how they got on the roster. All right, so get back to baseball. Who do you think has the best chance of coming out of these doldrums, the Mets or the Yankees?
That's a tough one, Bobby. I want to say the Yankees. I want to say the Yankees have a really good shot. As it gets a little warmer now, the temperatures, they put up big runs today. I think this is a...
Hold on. We might have spoken too soon. 95-91 Knicks, 6 minutes ago. They came back. Oh, baby. They came back.
Oh, my.
Sorry, Adam. Yeah, so here's the problem with the Yankees, though. It's not George Steinbrenner's team. It's Hal Steinbrenner's team. Hal is a lot more fiscally responsible, I guess. While he's not going to mind throwing big money out and going over the tax thresholds they have there and the penalties and whatnot. But he's not going to go full bore in and way above like Steve Cohen does for the Mets. So will they make the proper moves to get back into this race, or are the proper moves everybody on the IL right now? What do you call it? IL, whatever they call it. Are those the moves that we're waiting for? You get Rodon back, who hasn't pitched for us yet. You get Mike Stanton back. Giancarlo Stanton back. You get I don't want to see what's the name Davidson again. But Aaron Hicks got hurt today, I think, or yesterday. Is he out the door finally? We'll see. You watch the game today?
No.
Volpe hit a grand slam.
Very nice. Volpe.
Yeah, he's again local kid. Parents grew up in somewhere in Manhattan, and then he moved to like near Morristown, that area. So he went to school at the Barton, which is in Morristown. Then became a star. It's good to see a homegrown kid.
Yeah, Granny.
Kind of like Jeter did the same thing. Like Jeter was from Kalamazoo, Michigan, but Grandma lived,
sure,
in Greenwood Lake area. So
I predicted it early on. He wasn't having the best couple of games in the beginning, and already people were sending him back down. And this kid is he's a talent.
He'll get there. Definitely.
The defense is there for sure.
The defense is there. Praza's hurt now, but him and Praza are going to be somewhere together in the infield. Whether it be short second or short third, depending on who has the better arm. I think Praza has a stronger arm. We'll see.
Plus, he's seeing these pitchers for the second and third time now, so he's a little more used to it. And it's tough going into major leagues and performing right away, especially against some of this pitching.
That's the under 500. Who would have thought that? Who would have? But they hit their little farm talk. They hit their wagon to little pitchers. What do you expect?
Is Justin Verlander even pitching?
I think he got scratched today again, didn't he?
Oh.
No, he won today. I'm sorry.
Okay, he did win today.
Yeah, he won today.
So that's his first win for the Mets?
Did he win or did he pitch well? I'm not seeing the exact score here.
I know it was a low-scoring ball game, so he had to pitch well. Maybe that's what the Mets need right now. Is a go-to guy, a Verlander who's going to get a win every time out. That's what the Mets need. But they need more hitting. The Mets.
That's the problem. That's what I was saying from the beginning about the Mets. All the Met fans are bragging. Oh, we got this guy, we got that guy. Who's got it? Aside from Alonso, who's hitting the ball? Yeah, you got some decent like contact hitters for average. But again, that much power in that team? No.
I like a McNeil.
Yeah, he's a contact hitter who does well. Okay, any questions, comments? Please put it on screen. We'll answer for you. First time ever for All Point Sports. We're actually in the same location. This should be the norm going forward. Like Doc said, anybody you want to see on this show as a guest, we'll bring on. Any guests out there are super fans of a certain team. Like we had some super guests on already, like Adam and Stephanie. We'll bring you on the screen. And of course, this show changes its full dynamic once we start doing the live shows down in the lobby somewhere. We'll figure out a space or.
Well, Bob, you just have to have a heart. You have to feel for these Mets fans. Chris Monty, a lifelong Met fan, Stephanie Flom, a season's ticket holder for the New York Mets. And to have that team under 500, it's got to give you like a little nervous feeling right around the sternum area if you got one. It's tough times in New York, Bobby. New York Mets should be well over, they should at least be with Atlanta right now, within a game of Atlanta. And to be under 500 and have Atlanta with 25 wins already, that's got to be tough on you. It's got to be weighing on you as a New York fan.
I mean, even the Phillies aren't doing that well either right now. And my Marlins are actually playing decent baseball, right around 500. No one expected that from the Marlins.
And who would expect the Pittsburgh Pirates to go and just...
Unfortunately, they've lost some tough series. They got swept, I think, twice in a row. Let me check now with their.
I think they went down today. But for a while there, Pittsburgh
was 21-17, same record as the Yankees right now.
Not bad.
But they were way above that.
You wouldn't have predicted the Yankees and Pittsburgh would have the same record right now, and that Pittsburgh would have a better record than the New York Mets. You just would not have thought that.
Let's just hope that they have enough to sustain this momentum they have, or the stride they have, to at least be relevant this season. Because there are certain teams, I have to admit it, like the Knicks and NBA. There are certain teams that when they're in the playoff hunt, it makes that league more fun. When the Pittsburgh Pirates are in there battling, it makes the league more fun. Not to mention that's a great stadium. You ever been there? PNC Park?
No.
Oh, my beautiful stadium. Like you sit there and like there's the city behind you with the yellow bridges. Oh, it's gorgeous.
I've been by there on the road, but I never went to a game. Of course, some great stadiums out there, and they're always upgrading. I love Fenway Park. I'm not anything to do about being a Boston fan, but that stadium it's fun to be at, especially the Green Monster, right, Bobby? You've been up to Boston?
Yeah, I've been up there. I used to go to the Cape a little bit, but never up. I've been maybe Boston once. Too cold for me.
First year interleague play, we went to see the Mets and Boston up there, and that was a great series. And then saw Boston and Baltimore play up at Fenway one time. It was very, very cold outside. Used to be a team right down the street here, Bobby. Many don't know the Catskill Cougars, right out of Mountaindale, New York. Mountaindale, not too far from Villa Roma. It was owned. Who was it owned by? The people that own.
The Miners?
Yeah, actually, who bought the team? Bill Murray had the team for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Gates Brown was the coach when I was there as the PA announcer and the director of public relations way back in 1998. Catskill Cougars. Dating myself now, Bobby.
Yeah.
Gates Brown, pinch hit leader for the Detroit Tigers, World Series ring, 1968.
Yeah, doesn't ring a bell. Now, what do they have in Orange County? I know they have in Middletown. They have the racetrack there.
Yeah, Orange County Speedway, and of course, people always talk about Orange County Speedway. It's got the dirt track, but right down the street, you turn right at White Lake, and you're heading down to Bethel Motor Speedway, and this is a hidden gem in the Catskills, and it's great racing, NASCAR certified, and they have all different kinds of cars go out, and it's a fun evening. I believe veterans are free. They have great concessions, Bobby. We got to head out there with some guests. Bethel Motor Speedway.
Now they have races during the day or at night?
At night.
Sorry, I couldn't do a broadcast then.
Like early evening, but they go for quite a few hours, and it's a lot of excitement. And I can tell you that
there's one thing I got to say though. The all the years I've come to Villaroma, I've never made that right turn where it says Sullivan County Airport. Okay. I have no idea what's up there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a one street I never turned off of coming down 17B. I'm like, what is up there besides the airport? It got to be more than restaurants and stuff. Or is it just basically?
Well, and where is it? Swan Lake, up that way. Casa di Longobardi.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we went a different way though. We went like the back way.
Yeah, okay. We went the back way.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of farmland. All over the Sullivan Catskills. Of course, Deal's Farm right down the street, homemade maple syrup, and they got some great things over at Deal's. Fresh milk and cream on top milk, Bobby. I'm always thinking about food up here. Well, let's get an update on the Knicks.
I'm showing on my screen here 103 to 98, 3:31 to go. Yeah, there's a game tonight. Lakers Warriors play tonight.
All right, Lakers Warriors. Who do you like, Bobby?
I just don't want to see LeBron have success at all. But the Warriors have been exposed. You can't say the Lakers are that much of a younger team. LeBron's in his 20th year. But I said it before. I said it on this show. I've said it on other shows. Draymond Green is going to be out east somewhere next season. Whether it be the Nets, whether it be the Knicks, Cleveland. Cleveland and my Nets. You need an enforcer. You need a tough guy.
Green for Randall. Let's get rid of Julius Randle, please.
Oh my God, he frustrates me. I'm not even a fan.
I mean, how could someone shine and then just? It's night and day, Bobby. Night and day. It's just very frustrating as a Knicks fan to watch this and allow it to happen minute after minute after minute after minute. And the next thing you know, the game's in the books. I don't like it, Bobby. It's not Knicks basketball.
I think he made a big 3-point shot at the end of the half, though. That gave him a 5-point lead or something. So, I mean, he'll have a great game here and there. But there's too much like aggravation in between.
Sure.
Yeah. So what else? We have so next week we'll have we can go over the NFL schedule. It comes out tomorrow, I believe. And then we'll have the second round of the playoffs for the NBA. Looks like the Devils unfortunately aren't going to go any further.
Third round. Oh, for the NBA.
NBA, yeah. Devils, they'll be third round of NHL. We're now to the point where Devils get out, and they're not looking too good right now. It's to the point where you're in that diehard territory. There are only certain teams that you got to be a real fan of to watch, NHL. But I'm getting better at it. I'm becoming more of a fan of hockey, and as long as the Kraken or the Vegas teams in there, I'll still root for them.
Vegas team, what an opening ceremony they have at that stadium. I don't know if you saw online.
No.
They have these guys out there drumming, and then here come the players out there, and they got the lights going, a real show out there in Vegas, as it should be.
In the news yesterday, the Oakland A's, the worst team in baseball, they're losing on purpose. They're almost doing like Major League. Remember the movie Major League?
Oh, yes.
They're almost reenacting that in real life.
Cleveland.
Yeah. Like they're being horrible.
Willie Mays Hayes.
They're being horrible. There we go. Thanks, Scott. 103, 100. So they're being horrible on purpose. So yesterday it came out that they come to an agreement with the Tropicana or Bally's, which owns Tropicana Caesars. So they're going to knock down the Tropicana Casino and build a stadium for the A's and a new casino hotel behind it, which is cool because if you know Vegas at all, that's right in the middle.
Right.
The other stadium is towards the end, I believe. I've been to Vegas in a while, but I know Tropicana is right there, dead in the middle of the strip. So now you're going to have like a pro team right there.
Very nice.
The women's team was champion last year. The Golden Knights have been pretty good since their inception, 3 years ago. So, I lived there for a year and a half. I can see how I can and I cannot see how they can sustain pro sports. It's a very transient area. A lot of people like myself, they want to move there, see how life is, and then they either stay or they move out.
Sure.
So, but I guess the tourism is so great there that people will come in and watch a sport, watch an event, or if you're, Raiders are one of the most popular teams in the country, so people fly out there just for the game weeks.
There you go. And then they have the suites, and they have the comps. So if you're a high roller, I'm sure that you maybe get a couple of tickets to the game.
Speaking of that, comps and whatnot. Now, again, I mentioned that before. I was at the casino down the road here. I'm going to reach out to them soon. On Saturday, once again, I'm there playing my 3-card poker. My sister Debbie's next to me. My mom's playing her slots. They have a sports book in the back. You been there?
No.
Sports books in the back. TVs everywhere. And they're showing like college baseball.
You got to know your market.
Or were they showing? No. The college baseball, or were they showing NFL draft review shows? I guess unless there's a restriction. But that's twice now I've been there. First time was a Sweet 16 weekend. Today was the Derby. The Derby was later, but the Knicks were on. Why isn't the Knicks game on TV? I don't understand. There's got to be either it's got to be a regulation. I can't think that they are that out of tune.
No, because if you go to Atlantic City,
yeah, they have the games on.
They have the games on. You go into the sports book. That's exactly what you're going to be in there doing. If you're going to make your bets and watch.
Is it a ploy to go? All right, we're not going to put TVs on by the table games, but we're going to put them on by the sports book, so you come here and watch it and gamble. Why not be everywhere? Does that make sense to me? Lost opportunity.
It's like going to a restaurant that has a bunch of TVs that have the games. You go for your wings or whatever. You want to sit in a prime spot and watch.
I don't get it. So what else happened this summer? It's kind of off week for all point sports. Again, we touched on the current subjects, playoffs, baseball, football is like. Not much going on, By the way, about football, though, a lot of good free agents out there yet. A lot of good players haven't been picked up yet.
And I think the Giants really made out in the third round, picking up that receiver.
Yeah. Yes. That was
Jalen
Hyatt. He's a little raw, they said, but he's fast.
Very fast.
Very fast.
And that's what they maybe need, is someone that is out there that maybe isn't as highly touted, that maybe goes out there and proves themselves. And I like a Giants team this year.
Yeah, you're right. You would think someone like that is a little peeved that he's not mentioned in the same breath as those first 4 receivers taken or 5, and maybe he has something to prove.
Sure. I just remember way back in the day, Dan Marino not going too high in the draft. And look at Danny, how he turned out with Miami. What a quarterback. And then look at these Heisman Trophy guys over the years. I mean, you could just name one right after the next that they proved nothing in the NFL. So,
Hey, what about the potential of AJ McCarron coming back?
is it true?
I don't know. I mean, why somebody would assign him to be a backup quarterback is beyond me.
Oh, he's a tough guy
He,
in
he
the
made
XFL.
he made a name for himself. He reestablished. Again, like Mike White, he bought himself a decent little contract. That'll make him some more money than he probably would have made doing something else.
Sure. And maybe it was on All Point Sports, maybe just about 5 weeks ago when I mentioned AJ that maybe one of the scouts was watching and said, you know what, we didn't think of that.
That's the reason why these leagues exist. They're out there for entertainment, and they're out there for players to prove themselves, whether they've had a cup of coffee in the league or not. They belong. And
well, tell us, it used to, you're from Jersey, and I know I was down there visiting recently with my good friend, Pastor Edwin, and he showed me a place, and you mentioned it on one of the shows. Minor League Baseball is coming back to Jersey. They're duplicating a stadium.
All right, yeah, I'm very disappointed about this because this past Sunday, I was all scheduled to broadcast. I broadcast for St. Mary High School in Rutherford, the Gales. In fact, they won again today. My two great student broadcasters, Eli and Jack, past 2 days up here, actually went there, set up the equipment, and broadcast the game. They won both of them. So this past Sunday, they got by the name of Bobby Jones, a former Major League ball player from Rutherford, put together this little tournament that hopefully will continue. And it was supposed to have been played at Hinchcliffe Stadium. Hinchcliffe Stadium is one of two national landmarks in the country because of their history of hosting and having the Negro League baseball teams play there. And some of the best players and their league at that time have gone through, including Patterson's most famous players, Larry Doby, who was the second African American to play in baseball. So I saw that this game was on our schedule when the season started, and unfortunately, construction costs are too high now with everything, and the game was moved to William Patterson University. So I didn't get a chance to broadcast. I would have been the first broadcast in the new stadium.
No, nice.
But now it's the home of the Jackals, and they'll have some other events there as well. But yeah, it was just that I was all pumped up to leave here on Saturday after DJing and go do this game, and so it wasn't the same being there because my dad grew up a few blocks away. My brother was a big baseball star. So yeah, minor league baseball is pretty prevalent. I think I would say. I don't know who's around here necessarily.
Well, Hudson Valley Renegades.
Well, Binghamton has, right? They have Binghamton was big for minor league
Binghamton, baseball. Bisons, Hudson Valley Renegades, around the same distance.
And then right across the other way, you have the Sussex County team, that stadium in Newton, I believe. That's not too far off of 94, which crisscrosses 86, or whatever we want to call that.
And of course, Brooklyn Cyclones, they can, when they win, they go to L&B Spumoni Gardens on 86th Street for pizza and sodas. What do you think, Bobby?
The tournament, though, they had, we played a team from, we played Stony Brook Prep, who, their star infielder and pitcher was former Met pitcher. His younger brother. He's on Chicago now. I'll forget his name. I forget off the top of my head. So his younger brother played on the team.
Very
the game after us was St. Joe's, which is a big school by me, Catholic school, playing Poly Prep. Poly Prep is number one high school team in the Northeast.
Oh wow!
It's right. I've done soccer matches there. That's where I used to go. The bagels at 24 hour around the corner from there. So Poly Prep is here, and right there is the Rosenhard Ridge.
Oh wow!
So it's right on the edge there, and I would imagine they're very good, and because you have all those parents who maybe live in a city or in Brooklyn and want to send their children to a
Sure.
Prep school, and it's not that far away from everything, and they're very good at athletics, obviously, because they're getting a lot of talent from a lot of places.
Well, there's a lot of leagues up here that the really scout a lot of travel teams and a lot of baseball being played around. A lot of travel baseball, and so there's a lot of scouts out this way, always watching. But minor league baseball, as Bobby mentioned, it's a great night out with the family. First of all, the ticket price isn't gonna make you say "ouch," and the concessions are not over the top like in the major league stadiums. And they have different activities in between each half inning, which keeps the game going.
That's the draw for minor league baseball is seeing a rising star potentially, getting an autograph, and then they put on a show for you too.
Sure.
Kind of like here.
That's right.
Kind of like here. I'm trying to work with, my buddy Dev, who used to work here, right? Big basketball player from this area.
Dev Williamson,
yeah. So I'm in talks with Dev to maybe do something in the summer here where we either have, might be too late for this now, but my thought was having like a high school summer league. Because he's been using for his team that high school, the Roscoe High School.
Right.
It's not that far away, half hour away.
Sure.
Back roads. So again, me being here all day, all week, I was thinking of ways that we can maybe do something. So maybe working on some type of like all-star skills competition where we have players from all different, these pro-am, these European pro players or whatnot, anywhere from the city on up. Maybe $25 a head or per skill or something. We had this live competition. Dunk contest, 3-point shot contest, skills, stuff like that. So I'm trying to be creative and get some stuff done while I'm here during the day as well. Keep my.
Well, who played ball? One of our friends, a mutual friend we have, Gene Snitsky. He played quite a bit of basketball before playing football.
That's something I want to see videos of. The big tough guy, trying to get rebounds underneath at 6'7". That's the way I have to get on the show.
Yes, Gene Snitsky, if you're out there right now, give us a call. I know we've been playing a little text tag.
I text him today myself. Because, for my Blackjack TV network I'm building, he wants to be on, and I have some real cool ideas for what we can do with him.
Well, maybe a bucket list weekend, Bobby.
Yeah. There we go. Next one. All right. Yeah, you won 2 games. You got 2 more to go. Thanks, Scott. All right, we have about a minute and a half to go here. Yeah, quiet week in sports.
What about the Knicks tonight over the Miami Heat at home? What a big night for the New York Knicks. We wish we could be saying that. No, I don't want to say that. But next year is even looking better for the Knicks as some of these young guys are getting the playoff experience now, Bobby. And Miami really wasn't expected to be there against a great Milwaukee team that you just expected to roll over Miami. And even in the regular season, the Knicks just handled Miami. So I just don't understand how they're down 3-2, but they see now that they can win. This is a Knicks team that could win the next 2, Bobby.
I got to see the breakdown because I'm no. All right, no. Knicks were higher because Miami's the 8th seed. So that means the next game is Miami, and they can't shut out there. Game 7 in the Garden next week or this weekend. That takes only Wednesday.
I love it.
So that'll be fun to watch. I got it out. You know what? I'm not a hater of the Knicks like I am of the Cowboys or the Eagles or somewhat,
or the
Red
Lakers.
Sox or the Lakers. I mean, I'll be happy if Knicks win it. Not really, but I'm not gonna hate on them because it's good for basketball in this area anyway. And I'm telling you, my Nets are not that far away. We have room to make some pretty big moves to get back in there again. So
when Durant left, that's
you know what? And it's funny you mentioned that. Now, first one the lead was Harden, and a lot of diehard Net fans like myself hated Harden for doing that. But you know what? The more he speaks, the more you hear what's going on. It's like he just wanted to get the hell out of there.
Right.
So you can't hate him for that. And now he's going to lead his team to the East Championship game, probably against the winner of this series.
Unreal.
I mean, they're beating Boston, and Boston's a damn good team. And who's blowing them to win? Not Embiid. It's James Harden. And as much as I hated Harden when he did to the Nets, you know what? I'm starting to realize that it was just a toxic environment that he needed to get himself out of.
Sometimes you just the chemistry is it's just not right.
Kyrie Irving is just that personality where he alienates people, you know.
Well, this program is brought to you by Edge Remodeling in Franklin Square, New York, owned by Eddie Edge. And this is a company that is a go-to company, guaranteed, fully insured. And just check out some of their before and after pictures online. Edge Remodeling, Eddie Edge.
And was he coming on the show?
The best. Eddie's a big 49ers fan.
All right.
So let's see the schedule. When the schedule comes out, I'll contact Eddie. And Eddie's a great. He's gonna be coming up here in a I think he comes up like week 27, 28, somewhere in there. With the whole family, and they're so nice.
One thing I've enjoyed, you know, almost being the full year I've been here now. You know, I've been here just probably before that. But now I'm starting to see people, and they recognize me as much as I recognize them. Like Carmine and his wife is here now, and his two little grandsons are here.
Cowboy Joe last week.
Cowboy Joe was here last week. Yes. He was, you know, and another couple I met, you know, they're week 28. So people are starting to recognize who I am, and I am as well. And it's good. As you said, I can see how excited you get because you're here all winter and there's nobody here. It's like, you know, The Shining for like 3 months, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, it's like a rebirth all of a sudden. I see that myself personally, so it's pretty fun to see that.
Well, the repeat business is the biggest thing, and when you go around. Or when I go around the dining room interviewing people on the live broadcasts, the average years that they've been coming to Villa Roma is between 30 and 40 years. Yeah. That's the average, and that's like unheard of at a regular hotel.
Real quick, Scott, thanks for checking us out. Hey, fill me in. I know you're doing a lot of acting out there in New Mexico. It's a huge area for filming now. And my buddy Scott's been doing a lot of background work.
Very nice.
Slowly getting into like more than just background work. New Netflix film. Cool.
Well, we got to hook him up with Gene Snitsky, who's a big producer, director, actor, and we'll try to get Gene on the show. But I don't know if they make a camera like
he's
big enough.
He's those vertical Instagram, TikTok cameras that go like this. You can get them on the phone. And I mentioned to you, I think I mentioned a couple days ago, Doc. When you see some of these. Yeah, this is. You see some of these reviews people post about the place. Those are people who are not, and people have mentioned that. Like, oh, you gotta. It's almost like you gotta. You know, it's family, and then you come up there. Sometimes people feel awkward because they're not part of the 30, 40-year generational people that have been here for years.
But it's easy to see if a first timer comes up and they just spend a little time walking around, they'll see right away that these folks are, they all know each other. It's like everybody knows each other every single week, and especially in the summertime. The Elks will be up here next week, Bobby. They come in on Wednesday. That's great news for the Villa Roma. All these Elks coming in for the big convention. And as we get up to Memorial Day weekend, what a lineup. Johnny Iavarone, John Peasy, and Emil Stucchio and the Classics. This is unbelievable lineup of entertainment as we go forward. So as I get more of the entertainment, I'll be posting it online. I have all commercials going out for the entertainment. Of course, Katrina Love coming back with Andy. Bobby's going to be here the whole
I got some ideas myself I'm working on to make my, maybe not every night of the week, since I'm there 6 nights a week DJing, but maybe a couple of nights, like maybe one earlier in the week and one maybe a Friday night, where I might do some little extra stuff little live video, put on the screen, people can see themselves, put them on door on TV, stuff like that.
I like that, and maybe we get some guests from the hotel. Maybe run an activity, and you win some time on All Point Sports. That would be a lot of fun. Maybe even Eddie Edge at the Villa Roma.
I'm also developing a T-shirt line. I'm going to call "Music Is Life," and I might, wear twice a week a shirt, and then give some away, have some for sale. It really is a family up here.
It's all about family, La Familia, right here. Part of our family, right in the Bronx, New York. And again, happy birthday, Peter Servideo. He comes up with his family week 7, but we're going to try to have Peter come up in the summertime and do a cooking show up here. And then he brings up a bunch of great stuff from Peter's Meat Market and cooks it up right in front of you. We do a nice cooking show for you. And maybe I bring back the cake contest, the cake decorating. We supply the little cake, and you can decorate it up and give out a nice prize for that. That was a lot of fun, Bobby. You were around for the cake decorating?
Yeah, that was the beginning. Remember, I was here. When I first started working here a little bit before COVID. We were actually broadcast a cooking show.
Yes, very. That was sliced.
Sliced, yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It was a great baker. She was in the cake contest. The Avalones, the Avalone family, big soccer fans. They support this Italian soccer team. When the Euros were here, they all were wearing Italian garb. They had the flag, and when they scored a goal in the game, you would have thought that the Yankees just won the World Series. It was so loud cheering throughout the whole resort. I just didn't know what happened, Bobby.
Well, funny story. When Italy won the last World Cup, 2006, I was living in Vegas at the time. And I'm at the casino watching, one of the casinos watching the game. And no one cared. No one really cared. Maybe the sportsbook did. But, and I just knew what I was missing back home, back in New Jersey. And people going nuts and driving around in their cars with a flag and their faces honking their horns all through all the Italian neighborhoods in North Jersey. So luckily I was able to experience a little bit of that when I won the Euros a couple years ago.
Well, in 1982, that's when I went to the 82 to 92. I did United States Air Force, and they had won the World Cup right in there. I believe it was 82.
82, I think.
Is the year I got to Italy, and Bobby, unbelievable. They were swimming in the fountains in the squares, and it's a country come alive. That's how much they're into.
That's my bucket list. Is to see the Italian national team play in Italy. Just to go to a match where they're in their home country playing a match. And you know what? Luckily for the Italian national team, who missed the last 2 World Cups, this one coming up, 2026, right down the road in MetLife Stadium and among other areas in North America, the field is on 96. So they can't make that field. No, 64. The field's bigger this year. Right. That's the point I'm making. If they can't make that field, when it's a larger pool to draw from, get out of here. Go home. You can't make it that way. But yeah, I think we should have. I'll check the schedule for our next show. But I think we're getting back into the qualification season again. So there'll be a lot more Italy on the TV, and we can hopefully hear more over here. And we got our summer crowd, but we'll showcase that a little bit.
Very nice.
All right, Doc. I think it's pretty good. Hey, it's been an hour 10 minutes, just you and I.
Very nice.
On a very quiet sports week.
And we're going to be on again. We're on every Wednesday, 9 p.m. All Point Sports, brought to you by Edge Remodeling. Edge Remodeling, Franklin Square, New York. Eddie Edge. There's the number on the screen. Call Eddie for all your home needs. He's just fantastic. He's awesome.
All right, Doc. You want to send us off?
All righty. For Bobby Blackjack and a Stephen J. in Oswego getting ready for his finals, along with JG, the kid out in South Dakota. John, I love you, miss you. We'll get you on the show. We'll get you in there. And I miss you so much. Miss the whole family. And for myself, Doc Holliday here, 1 mile from Villa Roma. Have a great night. Buonanotte.
Take care.